3 Redlands police supervisors are accused of trying to hide evidence of a sexual misconduct within the department, triggering investigations by the city of Redlands, California, as well as the FBI. Now, that's according to a lengthy report from the Press Enterprise. Now, forensic specialist Geneva Holzer, in a damage claim against the city, alleged former Deputy Chief Mike Reese and Sergeant Kyle Alexander tried in 2019 to destroy or cover up a semen-stained office chair that belonged to an ex-employee who said she was coerced into sexual activity with Reese, according to the newspaper. Now, Reese was put on administrative leave earlier this year and retired, according to the paper, which noted his monthly pension payment totals over $15,000. There you go, right? Holzer said Reese sexually harassed her for years, while 2 other women in the department filed lawsuits alleging he invited them for drinks and to his condo and either sent or requested nude or partially nude photos, according to the Press Enterprise. Now, Kyle Alexander told Holzer to get rid of the chair and not to log any photos or report related to it. That's according to the Press Enterprise. Citing Holzer's claim and adding Holzer alleged Commander Stephen Crane was complicit in the concealment. Reese and Alexander also went looking for the chair in the forensics office, according to the paper. Tests confirmed semen on the chair. There was semen on the chair, but it was unclear whether Reese was the source of it, according to the outlet, which reported Redlands' former police chief said the women's allegations were investigated, but that he was unable to share the findings. Of course. Cover your buddy in blue, right? So he's unable to share the findings. And then, of course, like I said, if you click the link in the description box of this story, you're going to get another link in the bottom of that story you can click to read on the Press Enterprise. So I'm sorry, it's very hot and I'm very tired. But basically, if you go to the description box, click the link, go to my story of thepatch.com. At the bottom of the patch.com story, there's a Press Enterprise link that you can click. It's got a whole bunch of information. I think it had a graph too, or a paper or something. But regardless of all that, so of course he can't share the findings. Because, well, I don't know what the findings are, but my thoughts are that he's not going to share anything that's going to incriminate a fellow cop, particularly a fellow supervisor. No. Let's not do that. But the Federal Bureau of Investigation is involved. The FBI is investigating. We'll see what's going on with that. And, of course, no criminal charges have ever been filed. I doubt they ever will. Welcome to the world, guys, of being a police supervisor.
A CBS documentary raising questions about how the Redlands Unified School District handles allegations of sexual abuse.
Tonight, alleged victims and concerned parents speaking out at the school board meeting asking for answers and changes. Our Nicole Comstock is there for us live tonight. Nicole?
Yeah, Pat, tonight even a student spoke directly to the board at this meeting. She told them that sometime last year, one of her teachers tried to kiss her and was sending her inappropriate messages on social media. Her parents tell us that teacher has since been placed on leave, but to this day, a year later, they still don't know whether or not he'll be allowed to teach again. It's hard for Ashley Ranabauer to talk about, but with her parents by her side.
I didn't want it to happen, and it did.
The now 11th grader told us that last year, her 50-year-old teacher at Redlands East Valley High School started harassing her with sexually explicit messages on social media.
Complimenting like my amazing legs, my curvy back pockets, and just went as far to say Netflix and chill. He wanted to do that with me.
Well, I want to kill him, especially when I Excuse me, especially when I read the text messages.
But her father says instead they reported it to the school district. And now, a year later,
the school kind of made it go away.
They're still waiting on the results of an apparent investigation.
Lay a hand on one of my girls, I promise you, as God is my witness, it will not end well.
Parents expressed their outrage over a decades-long history of sexual abuse allegations within the Redlands Unified School District at a board meeting Tuesday.
She invited you to her apartment?
I remember her starting to undress me.
This after a CBS documentary recently highlighted the district's alleged attempts to cover the cases up. Over the past decade, 25 victims, attorneys say, have taken the district to court over past child sex abuse claims, to which the district has reportedly paid out over $41 million.
Amount of abuse that you see is something like we've never seen before.
Saul Wolf is one of the attorneys representing the victims. He says he's working on 9 more cases right now, and that if the district doesn't stop protecting its employees over its students,
you're going to see the same problems recurring over and over again.
Actually, I'm not surprised about how they're covering up a lot of things.
Tina Go says her 10-year-old son was inappropriately touched and shown pornography by another student on a school bus.
They're not doing anything. A child's supposed to go to school and feel safe.
Well, we reached out to the Redlands Unified School District for a comment tonight, but we have not yet heard back from them. Also, the board members did not comment about these cases during this meeting. Reporting live in Redlands, I'm Nicole Comstock, KCAL News.
Nicole, thank you.
Dozens of parents turned out at the Redlands Unified School Board meeting tonight to call attention to what they say is decades of child sexual abuse in the school system. They say teachers and school administrators are covering it up, and they're demanding transparency and action.
KTLA's John Fenolio is live in Redlands with more on the explosive allegations. John.
Sure, Micah, good evening to you. Redlands Unified School District has just 25 schools and just over 20,000 students. The district is small in comparison to the number of allegations of sexual abuse by teachers in recent years. Tonight, many parents and students say school administrators aren't doing enough to keep kids safe.
Expose the real predators in our public schools and the fact that Redlands is undeniably the nation's poster city for this kind of abuse.
Tonight, parents and community members are demanding answers following allegations of sexual abuse by teachers at Redlands public schools.
And clearly more needs to be done to break the silence about the abuse that threatens our children.
Renewed concerns over potential sexually predatory teachers within the Redlands Unified School District follow a CBS News investigation that aired earlier this month. Tonight is the first school board meeting since the report's broadcast.
It's outrageous, and I mean, they should be ashamed of themselves for allowing this to happen.
Melissa Castro is one of the dozens of Redlands residents who showed up at Tuesday's meeting. The crowd too large to fit inside the school board's room, leaving many to watch from a monitor in the parking lot.
We need to clean up the whole Redlands school board and get people in there that are really going to protect all of our children.
According to CBS reports, Redlands school administrators repeatedly dismissed claims of sexual abuse, failed to report allegations to authorities, and even pressured some alleged student victims and suspected abusers to move to other schools or districts. CBS reports that in the last 10 years, more than 50 Redlands students have sued their former school over alleged sexual abuse, and that the district has paid out more than $41 million in settlements over the past decade to former students who allege teachers sexually abused them.
You expect that when you send your child to school that they're going to be safe, but you really, I mean, with those high numbers, that's ridiculous.
Candy Olson and her daughter Ava, who is a Redlands student, both addressed the school board and demanded better accountability.
They act like they're going to do something about it, and they never do, and nothing ever happens. So I feel like if I say something that happens, they won't do anything about it.
Ava and her friend Alyssa both described a teacher at their former middle school they claimed behaved inappropriately.
He would stare at me when I would walk away or when I'd walk by. And he made comments on how my shorts fit me, which I don't think he has any say on that. You shouldn't say anything about me or my body. He talked about rubbing oil on her body and just inappropriate things like that.
We were unable to speak with school board members tonight. We did, however, speak with a law firm representing many of the student victims. They say that they currently have 9 sexual abuse cases in litigation with the school district and have at least 20 prior cases. We're live in Redlands. I'm John Fenolio, sending it back to you in Hollywood.